Welcome back, guys. We are driving to the gym once again, and it's super early today. It's like 10:30. Today it's another rainy day, so I can't do any of the construction work that I want to do, and we're just going to do a workout early today because I do love working out early. I always feel great afterwards, like just the whole day I feel so much more alive. Like it just something about moving my body early, doing some strenuous activity. We're going to use the sauna today. It's going to be a great day for working out. Now, what I'm going to start doing, I think, is alternating the gym that I use every other month, right? And just switching back and forth between two gyms. That sounds fun to me because I get tired of things kind of quickly. And not all things, but it's not that I even get tired of them. I just love variety. And so I can hear people thinking, well, that's going to be an issue for his wife. But I'm joking, partly joking about that. I appreciate variety. It's not like I don't even know what I'm saying, but I enjoy experiencing different things. And it's not that I get tired of one thing. I love going to the same gym for a year plus, right? But there's just something really enjoyable about going to different gyms and benefiting from what they have to offer. This gym that I'm going to, it has a great sauna, it has a great steam room, and it's a lot closer to my house. It's more convenient for me to access. The other gym, it's just a much nicer gym. Like when I came back to the one that I'm currently driving to, it looked so grungy compared to the gym that I've been using the past month because it's a lot older and the equipment's older and the room is less well lit. There are less windows to the outside, basically no windows to the outside. It's basically a basement. Uh, there are windows to the outside, but not on the workout floor. You have to kind of go over to the parallel to the cardio room, and then there you can see outside, but barely, right? You can see out to like a kind of valley next to the gym that, the land kind of slopes down on one side, I believe, is up against like dirt and stuff. It's actually kind of partially underground, but this gym has some real perks. Like I said, the steam room, the sauna, the closeness to my house, and just when you've worked out at a place for, a couple of months, a year or two, you develop a connection with it. Honestly, my dream would be to have 3 gym memberships and to just be able to go to any one that I want of the 3 gyms that I've really worked out at any time. That would be my dream. It wouldn't even be that expensive. It would be like $100 a month, basically. Maybe, 105, 110. And I could have those 3 gym memberships. It's just so hard to justify doing that because it would be a waste. So what I'm going to do right now for now is I think just alternate month on, month off at these 2 different gyms. Not have a membership to, the very first gym that I really started working out at, other than my college gym. That was actually my first, like, real gym that I was consistently hardcore working out at. But, man, the variety of these different gyms, and just in general, variety is a great thing. You don't want to eat the same meal every single day. And, to an extent, that applies to people. I know I joked about, my wife's not going to like that, but not that I have a wife to mind that yet, but, it does apply to people in a sense. Like, I've had, groups of friends where we hang out, the same exact group every single day for a year or more. And, I've found that isn't my cup of tea. It's great. It's fun. But what I prefer even more than that is having, a couple, maybe 2 or 3 different groups, or maybe different, 2 or 3 different groups, but then some individual friends that aren't necessarily a part of any group. And then I can do things with those friends, on a more variable schedule. Like, it's not too monotonous of, the same thing going on every day with the same people. And there are different activities that, for people especially, I feel different people shine in different areas. Some people don't like certain things. And so if you've got a group of friends and, one or two of the friends really don't like doing certain things, like if they don't like, going downtown on a Friday night and getting drinks, then that kind of curtails the whole group to be less likely to do that kind of thing. And maybe that is something you'd like to do more frequently than you would if there's, people involved in that group and that's the group you hang out with every day and they don't want to do it. So what I found for me works best is to have a couple different groups of people. They don't even know each other necessarily. Maybe they've met each other once or twice if you're, having a bunch of people over for a big, an event like a birthday or something like that. But have a couple different groups of people that enjoy activities that you like, but different activities, and find people that are really good for such and such activities. A prime example is I like to throw game nights every now and then. And there's a couple of buddies that I have who really like board games. One in particular, he's a big board game fanatic, and he has a bunch of board games he brings over, and he's great at just explaining and absorbing rules for the game. So, there's no pressure on me to figure out, how is this gameplay? He already knows when he comes over, and he just tells us all the rules. Super, it explains it in a very efficient and effective way. He used to be a TA in college. And so he's really good at explaining things. And that's just a prime example of, okay, those guys are great for board games, but maybe they aren't the go downtown and have drinks group. They don't like to stay out that late. Some of them don't even drink at all. And so, it's different groups that I do those activities with. And I find that works best. I mean, there is something that gets lost a little bit, You really do develop strong relationships with people when you see them every single day. And absolutely, there are people that I see every single day. For instance, my sister, I see her every single day. We both live in the same house. So we're roommates. And, family, I feel, is a great group to see every single day. Depending on the family member, if you get along with them. Because I feel like you grew up seeing your family members every single day, and humans kind of evolved for that, right? We evolved to live with our family because you need to do that for 18 years back in the past, it was probably less that you actually lived with your family for, depending on what time in history we're talking about. Maybe, in tribal days, you would have theoretically kind of lived with your family your whole life. If you were just living in a tribe, maybe you'd move into the tent next door, but, that's probably as far as it went. So I feel like family's a great group to see every single day. And obviously, yeah, if you've got a best friend that you just get along in every way and you want to see them every day, then absolutely do that. For me, I used to do that a lot, and I would fixate on one person, and one person would be my best friend, and we would do everything together. But I found that, I enjoy a wide variety of experiences, and maybe I just need to find someone else who also enjoys a wide variety of experiences. But I feel like even then, people need time apart. You need a chance to miss the other person. And if you're seeing someone every day, it's just not quite as exciting to see them when you do see them, if you never have a chance to miss them. And it doesn't have to be often. It's just maybe, once or twice a week you don't see that person. Obviously, relationships, that's different. In past relationships, I've felt like maybe we saw each other too much. And that was just me. Maybe that's just my personality, and I need to find someone who, wants to, or at least wants to build up to seeing each other more instead of just starting with that right off the bat. So we just got to the parking lot, guys. This was interesting. It's stuff that I've thought about before, but never really put into words. And maybe I'll talk about this again in the future when I've developed a couple more thoughts on it. It's definitely something that's important to figure out in your own life, to kind of design, because otherwise you're going to just fall into having, set schedules and groups that you hang out with. And maybe it's not your ideal. Maybe you want to see people more frequently. Maybe you want to see people, certain people less frequently. And, you've kind of got to design that, because it's really unlikely to just happen to fall into place perfectly, I've found. It's effort. Relationships and friendships, those take effort to engage in correctly. Not for everyone. Some people it's totally natural. Some people have, they're more, able to just go with the flow, and whatever happens, they're super happy with. I tend to be relatively happy with whatever happens, but that's not to say that I can't be even happier if I design things a little bit, if I put a little bit of thought into how I want to be living. And that's just stuff that I've learned over the years, over the past couple of years especially. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.